What is up, YouTube? It's your boy TheWalk71, replaced day with a 4, and I am here with my WWE Payback 2016 review for you guys. Raw's first exclusive pay-per-view post-Mania, and this show sucked. I am sorry to inform you guys, this show was trash. I mean, honestly, I didn't have any expectations for the show to begin with because most of the matches I really didn't care for, except for like the Cruiserweight Championship match a tad bit, and the women's match I kind of care for because Alexa Bliss, you know, her being like kind of over right now. I just want to see what they were gonna do with her on Raw, and they're doing well by her. Let's get into the show so I can end this review as soon as possible. Let me go into my notes here. So we had the pre-show. I didn't watch the pre-show at all because I went to like not an alumni event, just some kind of event at my school. So I wasn't even I didn't have any recollection of time. So apparently the pre-show was Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Big Cass. Enzo and Big Cass won apparently. I really don't care. Then there was a Finn Balor Miz TV segment, and apparently it ended with Finn Balor hitting Miz or something or whatever. I don't know if they're doing something with Finn and Miz because I thought there's something with Dean and Miz. And also, Dean, the Intercontinental Champion, wasn't even on the Raw pay-per-view. Good job, WWE. So we open up with Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship match. Now, I didn't see most of this match because after the school event I went to my a friend's house that stayed down the street for a minute. So I had the match playing in the background. It didn't really look interesting to begin with. So honestly, I can't really tell you what happened in the match. But I can tell you what happened after. So apparently Chris Jericho made Kevin Owens tap out with the Walls of Jericho. And Chris Jericho is the United States Champion again, even though WWE wasn't very clear on where Kevin Owens is going because Kevin Owens came to SmackDown. Then Daniel Bryan, this is where Daniel Bryan messes up. He just says the most like stupid stuff, and then he leaves giant plot holes in whatever he's talking about. He came out that day when Kevin Owens announced he was on SmackDown. He said, I drafted the United States Championship. If you lose the match, then Chris Jericho will be on SmackDown. He never said that. He never explained what would happen to Kevin Owens. So I don't know if Kevin Owens is going back to Raw. I don't know if they're going to do. He's probably going to stay on SmackDown. They're just going to say forget about it, I guess. That's what WWE wants us to do. Forget about plot holes. And then there's going to be a triple. Oh my God. It's going to be a triple threat match at Backlash. Gonna really ruin my Backlash experience because I was really expecting and hoping for an AJ and Kevin Owens match because I want WWE to keep AJ and Chris Jericho as far away from each other as possible because their feud was very lackluster, had promise at the beginning, and then it just went on and on and on for too long. So now Chris Jericho is the United States Champion. I thought Chris Jericho was going to leave for the little Fozzy thing, but apparently he's got one more match. This honestly doesn't make any sense. I don't know what WWE's doing. That's one fuck up. So then the next match we ended up getting was Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Once again, I really couldn't watch it because at this point I was driving home, so I really couldn't watch because, you know, I want to, you know, live. So the match happened. Apparently Neville, Austin Aries put Neville in the last chancery, and Neville apparently pulled the referee, causing a disqualification, which caused Austin Aries to win by DQ, but Neville retained the title. This makes sense. At first, I didn't know what exactly happened, how the disqualification happened, but I'm actually pretty fine with this. To be honest, gives Neville that heel heat, and then it also can expand the storyline between Neville and Austin Aries because I don't feel like it's over yet. I feel like they have a lot more they can do with this feud, and this just builds onto it honestly, which is great. I don't know if TJ Perkins interfered in the match. He probably didn't from the looks of it on Twitter, but that would have made this more interesting if TJ Perkins got involved. The next match we got, this is when I actually paid attention. We got the Hardy Boys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. This match was alright, I guess. I mean, it was a very standard tag team match. Nothing big happened. The only big thing that did happen was this Sheamus and Cesaro heel turn towards the end of the match, which I was really excited for because I feel like this heel turn this heel tag team of Sheamus and Cesaro can really go places, because now they could be more brutal. They could be more aggressive in ring. They could be basically the badasses, that the potential badasses they could be as a tag team, because them as a face, we got a tad bit of like what they can do. You know, that whole bar scene when they threw those people through the wall and stuff, and they had that little moment. They have potential of like being kind of a badass team, but now since they're heel, they can really I feel like they can really do good. And now actually, since they're like a heel team and they have potential of being better, I would like to see them win the tag team championships back now, honestly. As for the Hardys, they need to be broken again. This regular Hardy Boys gimmick from like 1999 is simply a nostalgic act, because honestly, they're literally not doing anything. They're not doing anything for the tag team division. Honestly, the titles are really just there. They just have the titles. They haven't really made the titles more special. It's more or less something to elevate them. The title is just like there. It's just a placeholder. And they have the championships. Yeah, like I said, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, you know, at WrestleMania when they first came back, it was good to see them back, you know, as whatever, the delete gimmick, the regular Hardys. And then as the weeks went on, they've just been like, they're just nostalgic acts at this point. Like, they're here because they know, WWE knows they can get a reaction because they bring people back to the better days of wrestling, I guess. But they need to be broken, bro, because this broken gimmick they did in TNA, which I don't know why TNA won't just let them use the gimmick. They made them like probably more interesting because it gave something new. And now I guess they're hinting towards them being broken, because I guess Sheamus and Cesaro really beat up Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, actually to the point where Jeff Hardy lost one of his tooth, which is interesting. Yeah, this is cool. Honestly, another thing I want to say, I feel like Sheamus' best work was when he was heel. Ironic enough, like I felt like they kind of messed up a little bit when he was a heel, but I feel like they can right all their wrongs with the heel, with this heel version of Sheamus, because he's just like to me, he's just a natural born heel. The face stuff for Sheamus just doesn't work all the time, and this heel tag team is really, I can tell, is really going to be good for the tag team division. The next match we end up getting, here we go, Alexa Bliss taking on Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship match. Honestly, this was Bayley's best match on the main roster, and thank you to Alexa Bliss for the match. It was honestly a good match. This might be Alexa Bliss's best match on the main roster too, actually, because I can't think of a better match Alexa Bliss had on SmackDown. Like, her match with Naomi was decent, but it was more like one of those matches where like the match is alright, but the moment of her winning Naomi winning the championship was like the best part of it. This match all around was good. You had Alexa Bliss actually win with the DDT. Bayley had her little moment though when she hit the Macho Man elbow. It was a good match. I really like it. I mean, I don't like Bayley's work right now on the main roster. She's like this whole hug thing and this whole happy stuff, and I'm just like not feeling this Bayley thing right now. And honestly, Alexa Bliss is like really an established star now because of what happened on SmackDown. So I feel her winning the title, she will be good with it. She would do better with the title than, say, Bayley, because I feel like Bayley just really didn't do nothing for the title. Honestly, Bayley should have just feuded with Sasha for the title, or have Sasha turn heel, because that would be more interesting now. What's the next match? Oh, here we go. Part 1 of Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton in the House of Horrors match. Yeah, so this was hilarious because I was on Discord. I was in a Discord call with my friend ZachAttack2995. Go check his channel out at youtube.com/ZachAttack2995. And the match, Randy Orton, right? This man is OP. He sits here in a limo, pulls up to Bray Wyatt's like little house or whatever, and this man Randy Orton got on dress pants, like legit dress pants with a belt on. I'm so confused. He has on dress pants, elbow pads, and like tape on his wrist and some boots, I guess. He came in there looking like a suburban father who turned to a wrestler. And then Bray Wyatt came in there. He was like creeping in the house with a wife beater on. My man's had on a white tank top. And I mean, what happened is they went in the house. They tussled. It was back and forth. And then Bray Wyatt threw a refrigerator on top of Randy Orton. And then Bray Wyatt got into the limo that Randy Orton pulled up in. And then the limo went to, I guess, the arena apparently. And we don't know what happened with Randy Orton. Big question mark. So then after that, they basically tell us that tune into the show to see what's going to happen next. Then we got Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. And this match itself was alright, I guess. I wouldn't say it was a sleeper match, but it was like the crowd was like dead to me. For me at least. The energy of this match just was kind of dead. I mean, Seth Rollins won with like a sneaky like pin or whatever. He didn't finish Samoa Joe with a finisher. And honestly, I had Samoa Joe winning because honestly, you can build Samoa Joe as this big monster, but like you already are not doing nothing with him, and you're making him like very careless. Like people are starting to like go down like of like caring due to like WWE not making him the monster he is made to be, which is really, to me, it's kind of terrible that they would do that. Like I honestly feel Samoa Joe could be like a monster star, heel star on Raw, but instead he's like doing this lackluster feud with Seth Rollins, and you got Seth Rollins who's like face turn wasn't the best, and him as a face just isn't working right now. It's just a lot of just a lot of negativity for this match, honestly. Like I said, review is just like putting me to sleep, honestly. I felt Joe should have won. He should have destroyed Seth Rollins, honestly, because he's this destroyer and all this. But yeah, I don't know what much more to say. This pay-per-view, honestly, was just like a skippable pay-per-view, honestly. So Seth Rollins won. I don't know what they're gonna do on Raw, but this should be interesting. So after this match, they go back to the video screen, and Bray Wyatt pulls up to the arena in the limo, gets out, goes into the ring. He has his standard entrance with the lantern, the smoking lantern. He comes in, he blows the lantern out, and right behind him is Randy Orton with a chair. My question is, how did he get to the arena from the house just like that? Anyways, Randy Orton has a chair too. He attacks he attacks Bray Wyatt. He's just continuing to like destroy Bray Wyatt. He's just murdering Bray Wyatt. He just continues to destroy this man with the chair. He hits the DDT off of the table, which was interesting. And then when Randy Orton was setting up for the RKO, the greatest moment of all time happened. The Bollywood boys came out, attacked Randy Orton, right? Randy Orton took them out, and boom, hard body, #1 contender, Jinder Hard Body Mahal came out with the WWE Championship that he just took from Randy Orton and beat him over the head with the title. Well, first, before he beat Randy with the title, after Randy took out the Bollywood boys, Bray Wyatt tried to hit the Sister Abigail, which got rejected, and I believe Randy hit an RKO on him, which didn't make any sense. That just like, I felt like Bray should have won with the Sister Abigail, and then Hard Body Mahal came out and attacked him. So then after that, Bray went out to the outside, and Mahal came with the championship. He hit Randy with the championship a couple times, really building heat for this match at Backlash, and then Bray Wyatt pinned him for the 1, 2, 3, and the match was over. Honestly, I felt like Bray could have won with the Sister Abigail. I felt like after he took out the Bollywood boys, Bray should have hit the Sister Abigail and won, and then have Jinder Mahal attack him after the match. But yeah, Bray Wyatt won, but it's not really a W for anybody that won this House of Horrors match. This match was like, what are you doing? So then we reached the final match, thankfully, of this pay-per-view, the main event, Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. And this match was, it was alright, I guess. I mean, it's like, what haven't we seen these two do before? You had Roman Reigns being taped up, after he was in an ambulance. They got flipped over, and they really just tussled each other and just threw each other around because, What's his face? Roman Reigns doesn't sell anything, right? He doesn't sell having a messed up shoulder, apparently. So yeah, the match was alright. Roman Reigns hit a spear on Braun. Braun ended up hitting that triangle choke he used to do, like when he first got into WWE. Then hit 2 power slams, 2 running body slams onto Roman. 1, 2, 3. Braun finally wins. And finally, WWE doesn't do the goofy, stupid fucking idea of having Roman Reigns beat Strowman while Strowman is like red hot. So then after the match, Strowman brings out the stairs, picks up Roman Reigns and throws him onto the stair, like stomach first, I guess, or whatever. And then what did he do? He hit him in the face with the stairs. And then after that, Roman Reigns is like dying. He looks like he just got shot, like Boys in the Hood or something. This man had the fake blood coming out of his mouth. It was like just like fake blood coming out of his mouth. It was all over his mouth. And then he's just like acting like he just got like demolished. They brought a stretcher out, but he told him no. They brought out doctors and all that, and they were like, no. So yeah. This is my reaction to this pay-per-view. This pay-per-view was a very sleepable pay-per-view. Honestly, if you missed this pay-per-view, there's not much to watch. I say if there is one thing to watch, then watch the Women's Championship match, I guess. I can't even rate this pay-per-view, honestly. Just know the pay-per-view isn't something to watch, honestly. It's like, it's a sleepable pay-per-view, honestly. It's like one of those skippable pay-per-views. You can watch it if you want to, but you don't have to. You're not really missing anything. There wasn't really nothing to sink my teeth into except for like the Jinder Mahal thing, which is a setup for their match at SmackDown. So, yeah. Payback 2016. Not a good pay-per-view. Anyway, guys, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do to support me. Follow me on all of my social media links down in the description below. What else? Oh, hit the notification bell on the channel to make sure that you are notified every time I upload a video on YouTube, because YouTube stay broke. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.